So, ladies and gentlemen, on Monday, we will be playing our second match of the season, our first home game of the season, first sold out of the season. It's gonna be like this season. I've said it many times, if you're planning to go and watch Roma this season and aren't a season ticket holder, you need to be prepared because there are gonna be a lot of sold outs, and the first one comes in the first match, home match of the season against the newly promoted side. Against Cremonese. Now, I predicted in my Serie A predictions 2022-2023 that I think Cremonese, out of all the newly promoted sides, obviously apart from Monza, it's between them and Lecce, right? I think they've invested in the transfer market more than what Lecce did. In the last couple of hours, Lecce have basically bought Umtiti from Barcelona, which is mind-blowing. But Cremonese have bought some strategic players. And, I still do think they're going to get back down in the Serie, but they can fight. And there's one player in particular which you look at this team and you focus on. And you look at the lineup and you go, right, this is the Conference League final all over again. It is Tammy Abraham against Cyril Desers all over again. These two players were the first and the second player to score the most goals in the Conference League. They both faced each other in the Conference League final. Tammy won, Desers lost, 1-0 to Tammy, most probably 2-0 Tammy it's going to be on Monday. And I don't want to jinx anything, but to start this preview, all I can say is, we just can't lose this match. And I am saying this, not because I'm a mental coach and I want to jinx anything, but because you look at this team and apart from Desers, you go, if we lose this, you are an absolute idiot. And I bet you, that is the first thing Mourinho will tell to these players in the changing room in preparation for this match. You lose this match, you're idiots. You draw this match, you're morons. Because we just can't lose this. And last season, we lost so many points against small clubs. We did. We totally did. We lost points against Venezia. We lost points against, both times against Venezia, against Genoa, and then 0-0 at home. Sampdoria, then it 1-1. We lost against Bologna away. We drew against, this season, we really don't have space to do that. Don't get me wrong. There will be a few, one, maybe two matches where I think we won't win. But there just can't be a pattern showing that this team doesn't grab points against small clubs. To get 3 points against these clubs is an absolute must. And, you look at all the top teams in this league and it's going to be a real big fight. It's really going to be a real big fight. And if there's one thing you need to avoid to keep standing this fight is lose points against these small clubs. This is a match, without saying anything else, that from the first minute we play to the last minute we play, we need to only think about scoring goals. If there is even 1 second of the team going, I'm scared of Cremonese, I'm going to park the bus, that is not good enough. No matter what the result will be. Yes, you look at the match at the end of the final whistle and you go, the result is all that you care about. But, playing against these clubs is also training to maintain your pressure when you face top quality clubs. Because if you fall under too much pressure against these teams, then 1 week later, we've got Juventus away. God knows what will happen. So, playing against these teams is not just, I'm going to get in there, I'm going to score, I'm going to batter them, and I'm not going to concede goals. But on the lower level of this, obviously, it's something which you need to think about in the back of your minds, but I cannot feel the pressure against these teams. I just can't. I'm not trying to drag Cremonese down here, but I bet you anyone here can agree with this. No matter if you're a Roma fan, if you're a Juve fan, or if you're a Lazio fan. And this is the same discussion with your teams as well. This is a match where we need to win and we can't think about anything else. I think with the players we bought, I think it's going to be easier this season to penetrate these kind of teams. And this is what we'll get into. And this is exactly why, as you can see from your screen, I've kind of changed the formation of the predicted 11 a bit. And I'll explain everything why in a bit. Now, last season, why did we lose so many points against these clubs? Well, we lost so many points against these clubs because they porked the bus. Because, getting a draw at the Olympic over these teams is equivalent to a win, So last season, we lost far too many points against these clubs because they porked the bus. And last season, we only played with Tammy up front and Zaniolo. Yes, he played, but Zaniolo last season was a fake version of Zaniolo. And Pellegrini, it was basically just Tammy and Pellegrini in the attack against everyone else. And against teams which literally create a wall on the limits of the box, it's complicated when you only have two players which can attack. And I think it's going to be easier, I'm saying, just because if you look at the team right now, and if you look at this team which will play against Cremonese, and if you can imagine the team which would have played against Cremonese last season, there's a big difference. Right now, we don't have Tammy and Pellegrini by themselves to play. Right now, we have Tammy and Pellegrini on way better form than last season. We're adding Dybala to this team. We're adding a more mentally ready and psychologically ready Zaniolo. And I've added Wijnaldum to this team as well, which, yes, will be playing next to Cristante in the defensive midfielder position, but we've seen him in the last 10 minutes against Salernitana. Look, goal disallowed, very good attacking passes, and a lot of movements in the attacking section. That is what GINI brings to this team. So right now, you're not just presenting yourself to Cremonese going, right, I got Tammy and Pellegrini. So if one of the two players doesn't turn up, then that automatically means that I'm not going to get points from this team, from this match. This season, you present yourself to Cremonese with 5 attacking players. Plus, I have added Korsdorp and not Cilic, because again, I think it's too early to start Cilic. I think Korsdorp needs to kind of trace the path for Cilic. And I've also put Zalewski instead of Spinazzola. Now, it's going to be a tough match for Zalewski because, as you can see from my predicted 11, I put 4 defenders at the back. Now, Zalewski is born and raised in the Roma Academy as an attacker. And in this formation, he would play as a left back. Yes, he does play like a left back, but when you're playing with 3 defenders at the back, Zalewski plays way higher than what he would play with this formation. So you definitely need Zalewski to adapt to this position. He's already extremely young. You're already asking him to play from an attack position to a defense position, and he's been doing this great over the course of the last season. So Zalewski does need to get adapted in playing deeper. But I think if he can start playing deeper, I think will be a massive weapon to add in our weapon list. And I just put Zalewski because I think he's on great form, and against these clubs, you need someone who runs, skills. And I'm not saying Spinazzola doesn't do that, but if you have Zalewski on such form, then that is basically like playing with 12 players. And I put Smalling and Mancini in the centers. So obviously Ibanez is resting. Why did I put Ibanez out of the 3? Well, I can't put Smalling away, and I cannot put Mancini on that bench just because against Salernitana, I think he played a really good match. And I think out of him and Ibanez, Mancini is 10 times more experienced. I'm not trying to undermine Ibanez here. I think Ibanez can be a great defender, but he's extremely young. And in the last 10 minutes against Salernitana, he played 80 minutes really well. In the last minutes, he was ready to bottle it. So, you see, I put Mancini because in these matches, you need experience as well. These are matches where if Cremonese go on a lead, it's going to be so hard to win. It's just a psychological factor when you play against newly promoted sides. If they go 1-0 up, it's basically killing you. it's like time is running by, and you're still not scoring. So you're feeling all the pressure. They're gonna start playing very dirty football. They're gonna start parking the bus even more. One thing to avoid is making them go on a lead. And this is something which, to avoid, you need to be concentrated from the very first minute to the very last minute. And there are some lack of concentration moments in this team. And this is something which needs to get kicked out. Because if you lack concentration against newly promoted sides, they will hurt you. And if newly promoted sides hurt you, it's going to be very, very bad for your psychological state. I put Cristante instead of Matic again, just because Cristante was my man of the match against Salernitana. He played the best match I've seen him play as a Roma player. So, you know, that's exactly why I put Cristante. Matic will get subbed in. GINI is starting. That's almost confirmed. And then the Fab Four up front. I am going Tammy to score. Tammy will score. You know, I met him 1 week ago and I told him he has to score. So he listened to me, obviously, and he is going to score. Trust me, this match is the match where Tammy Abraham scores 2 goals and Zaniolo scores 1. And if we're really on the day, Dybala will score 1 as well. I'm going 3-0. Actually, I'm going either 2-0 or 3-0. But I don't know. It's you see, I see completely different visions to this match. I can't see us losing this. I'm gonna throw that out there. And if we do end up losing this, I'm gonna punch myself. But 2 days before it, I really cannot see us losing this match. However, I can see two completely different approaches to this team, to this match. One approach is 0-0. Very dirty match, parking the bus, we can't score, they can't score. It goes to like 82nd minute and then we win with a 1-0 brace. Or otherwise, it's the first match of the season, first sold out of the season. The team wants to be there, the team wants to perform exceptionally well for the fans. You know, it's kind of like a party. We're back at the stadium, so we win like 4-0, even 5-0. I see two completely different approaches that could happen in this match. But at the end of the day, these two approaches kind of link. Because I cannot say anything else other than Roma winning this match. So yeah. Now the last thing which I want to talk about is Cremonese. Because they are a newly promoted side. What does that mean? That means that they are here to save themselves. And any point is a key point for their relegation battle. If they get a point at the Olimpico, which is what they will definitely be aiming for, it's like a win. You add that up at the end of the season and it's going to be massive. You know, Cremonese was very unlucky against Fiorentina. They managed to score 2 goals. And then their goalkeeper bottled it. And this leads me on to the last point of, actually, second to last point of the live stream. I hate to say it, but we need to exploit their goalkeeper. And that really sounds like a death threat, but really, we need to exploit their goalkeeper. Their goalkeeper, I think, I'm not saying he's a bad goalkeeper, because he's very, very young. But he is extremely demotivated, extremely like, what is happening to my life? He made Inter Milan lose a Scudetto last season, bottling it at Bologna. He made Cremonese lose the first match of the season last week. He's like, what is happening to me? Social media is absolutely killing him. He is coming towards this match so undermoralized. And I hate to say it because, you see, massive good luck to these players, but if the Fab Four up front turn up on Monday, then we have to exploit their goalkeeper, because he's not trash. I'm not saying he's a trash goalkeeper, but because, you know, against Fiorentina, he did some incredible saves, but he's just so demoralized and just, in a way, dead, you know? You see what I mean? Innerly dead. So we definitely need to exploit their goalkeeper, because I think it could lead us to quite a lot of goals. And then the last thing which I'll say is that they are a very unexperienced team. The average age of the players at Cremonese is 25 years old. That is exceptionally young. And around 88% of this team is Italian-based. It's good for the country of Italy, for the national football of Italy. But that puts you, that's very unexperienced. There is only one player who's experienced in this team, and this player is, Desserts. The others are all players which are Serie B players and now have made it to the Serie A. A few of these players are actually Roma Academy players, which we loaned to them. So this is a very young team, very unexperienced team. Desserts is there to drag this team. But we marked Desserts extremely well in a Conference League final when he was playing with an even better side. So that defensive approach could hypothetically mean that we could block Desserts' streets even at the Olimpico on Monday. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, accuracy, shots on targets are going to be extremely crucial indeed. Just bought a Dybala jersey. Nice one. When is the press conference? It's tomorrow, so we'll go live tomorrow for that. Do you have tickets for Monday's game? I could give you my 2 tickets because I'm not able to attend the game. I'm actually not going to be on the stadium on Monday because if you don't know, well, I'm currently on a big adventure, on a big mission. I left Rome a few days ago, and I'm doing Rome. I'm attempting to get from Rome to Bodo in Norway, northern Norway, starting with $150. Now, I get out of, if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, go and follow because I keep updates there about this. It's a tough one. I'm currently in Oslo right now. It's a very tough challenge, yo. Like, basically how it works is that I started in Rome with a budget of $150. And I asked you guys to prepare a list of challenges I think it was like a few months ago. So within this trip, throughout this trip, every time I complete one of these challenges, I get $7 added to my budget. Some are easy challenges, but some are, extreme challenges, like jump in the Baltic Ocean and all of these things. So yeah, that's how it works. But obviously I need to spend money as well for transfers, for food, for hotels. Yesterday I was on a ferry to get from Copenhagen to Oslo, and I didn't have money to buy a cabin in the ferry, so I slept on a sofa. So yeah. That's the spirit. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is to do what excites. So this series we'll go live to you guys in a few weeks. I need to edit. It's gonna be around 8 to 9 episodes. So make it part of your morning routine when it comes. So yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Trust me, you're gonna love it. It's really, really fun. So I won't be at the stadium on Monday. But I do have a season ticket this season, so I'll be at every home game, starting from the Monza game, which is the week, actually, a few days after Juventus. So yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button. If you haven't already, make sure to smash it, share the link of my channel with your families and friends, yeah, let's try and get 6,000 subscribers as fast as possible. Also, don't forget to smash the like button in this video and follow me on Instagram for key updates, not just on Roma, but for this extreme challenge that I'm doing over at Simon Lower Score, AS Lower Score. And yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow for Mourinho's press conference. Now, I have like, right now, I currently have like 30 euros in my pocket for this challenge. So I'm going to go out now, explore Oslo, complete some few challenges, and then I'll find something very cheap to eat. But I'm absolutely very, very, very tired. How can you say draw? We will destroy them 4 goals. I never said draw. I said 2-0 or 3-0. What do you think about Zakaria possibly move to Roma? I read that as well. I'd love that. I'd really love that. Because Juventus are trying to unlock the Paredes deal. So yeah. But I highly doubt it will happen. But yeah. I'll catch you soon, lads. Simon, out. Are we losing Bailey? We are. He's going to Marseille.